Hey, it's Dave Bowman again. I wanted to do another video segment on the Remedy Matrix, keeping it real. I want to go through the topics and the cards, how it all works together. One of the things we really wanted to do with keeping it real and with human performance as we roll it out and teach it is we want to make it applicable and doable, right? If it's too hard, if it's too much information, if you can't get these things done, then what are we doing? So I want to show you real quick again. We went through it before, kind of not as much detail. I want to go into a little more detail and show you what to do with this. If you would, do me a favor, go out to our website, www.knowledgevine.com, or go to the Apple App Store. Not really sure how you do it on the Android. I don't have one. But get the app. The KV Share app has these cards on there. You can start using them today and figure out how human performance can really help you in your own organization. Of course, we want to come teach you how to do it so you do it exactly right. But the cards are easy to use, easy to follow along with. The KV Share app is free. Man, get it. It's a good tool to use, and you can really keep it real with it because there's a lot of really cool stuff on there. So anyway, the Matrix, again, is right here. You'll have a chance to get a copy of this. If you shoot us an email, we'd be glad to send you a copy of the Matrix. Important to us that you use it and learn it more than anything else. So that's the idea. But again, what do informed executives do? So we know that they set the expectation, they inspect what they expect, and they're trying to create and grow into a learning organization. Well, how do you do that? Well, here's the good news. I've got a card right here to do that. So there they are. Once again, here's the card itself, small enough to put in your pocket. You can take this and throw it in the garbage and get another one. They're just like a business card, relatively inexpensive to create. We can get you these, help you out with it. How do I do it? I'm a leader. I'm out there. I'm walking around. I'm managing. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm going to ask myself the question, how can I include our values in the discussion I'm about to have with a set of employees that may be working on a boiler feed water pump? Maybe they're tagging out a system, a pump system and valves. Maybe they're putting a pole in the ground. Maybe they're in a bucket truck and about to come back down and they're up working on conductor. How can you include values in a conversation? If I see somebody doing something that aligns with our values, what I want to do is I want to ask myself as a leader, am I encouraging them? Am I giving them positive reinforcement? Am I thinking through how to include them in our value system? A second one, could formal guidance help with this situation? How many times have we heard the adage that, man, if I would have had a formal procedure to do this, or if I had another way to do it, it would have been better. I told a story years ago about my grandmother has a red velvet cake that she makes, and it's really good. My wife's learned how to make it over the years, and we still have her recipe. And that recipe is very precise, and it's very detailed so that we don't make a mistake. We make that exact thing that we're trying to get. So formal guidance can help a lot. I'm not saying you need a 75-page procedure. I'm simply just saying, is there a checklist available? Dr. Atul Gawande wrote a book called The Checklist Manifesto for Medical. And a lot of that was because there was an article that came out in about 2004 called Cells and Atoms that talks about medical and nuclear power being a lot alike. And where are the gaps? What are some things they can do to eliminate human error? There's a lot of human error in the medical side. They've created checklists. They've created second checks, different things that we use inside the nuclear power industry to do human performance. They've done it now in medical. So a checklist, that's a formal procedure if you want to call it that, just a way to get the same results over and over again. Is there a better way to do this? I think asking the employees, the people that do the work every day, is there a better way to do this, is a great thing for a leader to do. You're actually encouraging conversation. You're encouraging upward feedback. You're encouraging the beginnings of a learning organization that's willing to listen and willing to change. Great question to ask. How can employees' input help us with this? Again, we're trying to create a management system, a high-level engagement system. The people that do the work have the answers. That's a great question to be asking, and it starts to eliminate the barriers between upper management and the worker to where we can start to learn together and do it better. How can I promote the use of a tool? Is there a chance to talk about self-checking, questioning attitude, effective communications, peer checking? This is a great opportunity when you're out there managing to have that conversation. And again, it starts to reduce the barriers and the resistance to have conversations with each other, which is crucial. What can we learn if we go into the field? If I'm sitting in a meeting all day long, and that's what happens when you get into upper management, you tend to be tied to meetings and the minutia of the work detail. What could we learn if we all got out of that meeting room today, and instead of having a meeting for 8 hours, we went out into the field and actually saw what was going on and how we were getting things done? It's really amazing how much you can learn. We did this at a plant several years back when I still worked at a utility, and one of the questions I asked was, we meet in here and talk about everything that's theoretically going on. Why don't we stop having this meeting and go out in the field every Monday at 8 o'clock? And so that's what we started doing, finding some really cool stuff. How can we use training to improve performance? Again, sometimes we got to measure our training and see is it what we think we're getting. I'll let you finish the sentence in your own head, and then I'll finish it for you. But a lot of times we go to training, and we are taught to do it a certain way, and then we get to the job site, and this is how it goes. Yeah, I know what you learned up there in training, but I'm going to show you how we really do it, right? Keeping it real again. I've been around the block once or twice. I've heard this probably every place I've ever worked. And what's discouraging about that is that something's broken there, right? We're not training correctly. We're not sticking to the training for whatever reason, but it's because we're not talking to each other and communicating those gaps. So how can training improve performance? I always look for that opportunity. That's sometimes a low. What do our metrics tell us about our behaviors? I can believe my numbers, and I can believe I'm really good, but we teach a class on are you lucky or are you good? Are you relying on luck? Do you know what you're really getting and how you're really getting it? The only way you can do that is to go ask that question and start looking around. So I encourage you, if you're an executive and you're looking at rolling out human performance, or you're in the middle of management level structure and you're trying to roll out human performance in your organization, get a hold of this card, get a hold of these conversations we're having, show management this video. Maybe this video can help. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to keep it real with you, and I know that over the years of my study of human performance and my management of human performance, one of the hardest things to do is what do you tell an executive to do? What do you ask an executive to do as their part of this thing? But I will tell you, without the assistance, the direction, the guidance, and the belief in human performance from the executive level, you're not going to be able to get there where you want to go. So in the next video, I'm going to do one on the coach card, which is middle management. This is supervisors and above, and we'll talk about that, what that means. And then the final segment of the remedy matrix and the ready card and the remedy cards, I'll go over the ready card and what individual contributors add as value, and some of the questions they can ask themselves. Again, these cards are put into question format to get you to ask yourself the question and to think about what else can I be doing to help sustain human performance. So keeping it real, man, making it to where it works. I know there's a lot of complexity in this. This can be daunting, but let us help you. We'll walk you through it. We've been doing it for a long time, and this is a very, very effective tool to help you with your human performance culture and the walk you're taking. Thank you for watching. Again, any comments, any suggestions, I'm wide open. Let me know. I'm here to serve and help. I want to perpetuate the human performance culture any way I can and everywhere I can. So that's what I'm trying to do, is give back. Of course, I've got a business that does this, and we'd love to help you. But at the end of the day, if you're out there struggling with this, I hope this video is serving its purpose, and that is to help you get where you're trying to be. Thanks for watching.